Hello and welcome to Bay of Funny Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath and intuitive card reader for any of you that are new. I'm just going to light my couple things to set fire to here. My candle from intuitivecandles.com, and wearing both the amulets that I've gotten out of each candle as well. It's like a buried treasure. So when the candle melts up and the wax becomes clear, you can see that there is a these little things aren't any good, these matches, oh dear. And when the wax melts, you can see there's a little ball of tin foil at the bottom of the can, and in that, you unwrap it, you take it out, you unwrap it, and you'll find yourself some kind of a mineral quartz. I have a pink quartz and an aventurine is what I got from the two candles that I had. There we go. Almost. One wick is better than none. I'm almost down. It's almost out. Now, the piece de resistance. I found my stash of sweetgrass that I forgot that I had. Those of you that are regulars, you already know. Anyway, this is a sweetgrass and sage smudge. It's an indigenous custom. It cleans out the energies in your home, in your life, in your psyche, and literally cleans 95% of the bacteria in your home as well. This is good on so many levels. And we all need our energies cleared once in a while. Call it a detox for the psyche, the spirit. My babies are in. You can hear them in the background. There's a whole family of them here. I hang out in the yard. I fed them leftover pancakes this morning with syrup, and they're quite happy. There we go. Okay. So I'm here today to do the 5-card spread using the Oceanic Tarot deck, written by Jane Wallace and illustrated by Jane Delaford Taylor. This reading is the mid-month general. General may not resonate with you, and it may. For the sign of Gemini, the twins, for the mid-month general reading for January 2017. I got 5 posted today online. Other readings, 7 more to go. You're number 6. We start in the birthday month because it just seems fair that way. So everybody gets a chance and a turn through the year at being first up on the general readings. This is a 5-card spread. If you find you enjoyed this reading and you want it to pertain to you and only you, I offer the service of private readings. Information for that's found below this video window in the description box. Also, if you're new to YouTube and new to the channel, that little red subscription button beneath the video window, press that and you'll be notified via email notifications every time Bay of Funny Fortunes posts anything new, which is only twice a month. You won't be inundated with a lot of notifications or emails from this channel. So, just to let you know that. This is for Gemini. Spirit guides, master of the universe, master of the natural world order. Bring forth any messages you have for this general reading for the sign of Gemini, the twins, mid-month general, January 2017. Whoa, right there. All right. They're ready to go. First card Tarot's brought up for you is strength. It's all about stability. And this is in your overall energy for this reading. Okay. Second card Tarot's brought forward for your attention. Page of Cups is all about imagination. Falls into your wealth and finances. They're vocal today. Third card. Okay. And this is in your hearth, your home, anything to do with love in your heart. Self-reflection, the card of judgment. Somebody's being a little self-judgmental. See that right off the top. Or somebody's judging you, Gemini. Fourth card. It's your challenges. 4. Mid-month January 2017. Achievement, the 8 of Pentacles. Fifth and final card in the 5-card Oceanic Tarot spread. Your message from Spirit. 7 of Cups, it's all about possibilities. When I am completed and exhausted the messages from these cards, I pull one more as an overall significator. Anything that hasn't shown up in the reading or something that needs to be re-emphasized is brought to the head and given importance. I pull one from my deck of tarot. All right. Glasses. A little drink of tea. 12:16 p.m. here. I'll have lunch after. All right. Let's get down to business here, Gemini. So we pulled strength, stability. You can see what he's doing there. With his bare hands, he's ripping apart a fishing net that is loaded, and he's freeing all the little fish. Okay, no fish for supper on Friday today. When this card shows up, it shows that right now that patience is in the face of conflict, and you need to stand your ground rather than being overwhelmed. Don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed if you can help it. With any conflict coming your way right now, cards indicating you need to be strong and tough. Remember, at the end of the day, when we're faced with conflicts, that we have to remember that if you and I one-on-one have a big conflict, remember that I have feelings and you have feelings. Feelings can be hurt. They can be offended. They can be insulted. Also remember, for the crazy situations in life, that everybody's bones break. Everybody bleeds the same. We all feel pain physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We all do. We both stand, no matter if we're afraid or if we're brave. We all stand on the side of feeling that pain. So what gets inflicted upon me can be inflicted upon you back. This kind of a thing. We're all on a level playing field as far as that goes. All right, when we're faced with conflict, that should give you some ammunition. That should make you feel like you're wearing a suit of armor. That it comes down to a battle of the wits is what it comes down to. Be it physical or emotional, intellectually, it doesn't matter. If there's conflict, remember, you're no weaker than your conflict. As a matter of fact, you can rise above that. So just remember as well, whatever is opposing you is more or less, it's lower than you are at this time. It is beneath you. You can take the high road and say, I'm not going to go there. I'm not getting into this with somebody. Some of you will face that, and others are going to have to stand your ground. Just always remember that this is lower than you are. Don't let it undermine your confidence, because it could happen. Somebody else could be projecting their emotions onto you. And what that says to me is intimidation. Somebody trying to throw intimidation at you, thinking you're going to buckle and go within. It's just, you know, you hear somebody say something really scary or abrupt, and then they go, and the other person reacts, they go, oh, no, and then the other person goes, psych. It's that kind of a thing. That's all it is. They're psyching you out. They're psyching you up. Stand your ground. Remain realistic. Remain factual, too. I'm hearing that. Remain factual. Don't let anybody shake you up. Matter of fact, the way to handle anybody that's aggressive in a negative way, in that way, you you want to kill them with kindness, compassion. If you can rise above it, you can show compassion. It'll completely disarm the other person. Matter of fact, if you really want to piss somebody off, people that aren't compassionate or kind, they have that bully mentality, over talking people all the time, boisterous, pushy, aggressive, assertive. Show them some compassion and kindness. It'll piss them right off if you really want to. It really does. They become offended in a whole different way, where anybody else would melt back a little bit, you know. So it's going to be up to you to handle that. Just stand your ground. Another meaning of this card sometimes as well is the literal return of strength and vitality for anybody that's been off their feet, on their back, sick, ill, injured, recovering from accidents, fractures and breaks, this kind of thing. Anything that has set anybody back a bit as far as their health and their physical well-being is concerned. Even mental and emotional is included in that as well. That some of you are going to start seeing that you're going down, not downhill in the bad sense of getting worse. You're going downhill. It's easier now. Instead of climbing uphill. The strength that it's taken for some of you to get where you are, and now you can kind of just take the ride and slide on down it's going to get easier from here on out. You're feeling much better and stronger. So the advice of this card is to stand firm and take the higher moral ground if you can take yourself to that level. And the universe is whispering, you're being tested. You're being tested. Keywords are courage, risk, and vitality. That's your overall energy. Second card I pulled for you is Page of Cups, all about imagination. And pages are all about delivering and bringing and dropping messages in your lap. And this card represents imagination, but it all fell into your finances and your wealth. Okay, so there's going to be, for some of you, there's going to be a young person or somebody that's very much young at heart. They have a lot to offer you right now. They're going to be coming into the line of vision of your daily life. Somebody that's just going to kind of float in there. And they have more to offer you than you realize. This is one of those times where sometimes you get a younger person around older people. They're not really given the due respect sometimes to have their say and to be taken seriously, I guess is what I'm trying to say. At this time, make note of that. Try to keep it here somewhere so it's not buried, but somewhere here so that you'll recognize the situation when it pops up. And oh, there's somebody that's a lot younger than the rest of us, or younger than me, and they're just chatting up a mile a minute. Maybe this is where I'm supposed to stop and listen. It would be in your favor if you do. Even if nothing comes of that, giving somebody younger your attention, that's a big thing. You gain the respect of the younger person because you've shown respect to them as well. Some of you will be receiving a message of love that may be coming your way in the near future. The page itself, literally the card, could be here to tell you just that. This is the only time you'll see this page, this younger person, because the card's here to tell you that it looks like there may be possible romance in your future. This will be your near future. Anybody that's working on any projects, work projects, or even at home, and any work toward finances, projects that are linked to financial gain, linked to making more money, upgrading a product maybe that you have, opening a second bank account, and manifesting some funds into that. These things will flourish. Anything you take on that's along those lines right now, you'll do quite well in. The advice of this card is to enjoy the lighter side of life at this time. Let your imagination run free. Keywords are companionship, outings, fun, playfulness, imagination, love, news, and finances. So you've got, I would zero in. Your imagination right now is very rich. And it's not a fly-by-night thing. Using your imagination broadens your horizons, for one thing. Love is going to come to the forefront. And you are going to get some news in regards to anything that's financial. Letter. Somebody's getting a letter in the mail. Snail mail. Regular mail. Something to do with your financial situation. Maybe this is a financial report. Maybe you have investments. You're going to get a letter. Somebody's getting a letter. Maybe somebody's left you money. Somebody's giving you something coming in the mail. Snail mail. I see somebody opening up a letter, unfolding the page and reading. It's a one-page letter. 2 paragraphs. Okay. Third card, your hearth, your home, anything to do with love in your heart, self-reflection. This is a card of judgment. She's a beauty. So, now's the time to revisit the past and take stock before moving on. So I'm hearing loose ends, going back slightly in time to tie off some loose ends. You've got some loose ends hanging. You can't. Yeah, you can go ahead and move on and leave them hanging there, but you're going to have to address it sooner. It's absolutely fundamental that you do. You don't do it now, you'll have to do it later, and it might not happen at the most convenient time for you, so do it now. Put something else temporarily on hold that you were going to do. Go back to whatever it is, the things that you have to tie up, loose ends with other people. And there's situations, you can't just walk away. You can't just drop and walk away from this. So that's in your best interest. You may even sit and muse over happier times. It's almost going to make you feel a little melancholy. You're feeling pretty good right now about your personal relationships within your family and your family structure. Just your human relationships overall in general in your life right now seem to be okay. But you've got this niggle at the back of your mind. There's a couple little things that aren't quite where you want them to be. Again, you have to go and you have to deal with those. And yeah, when you do, yes, you're definitely going to discover there's some unfinished business for some of you. You may visit somebody from the past, as a matter of fact, to get some answers to things before you can close them up and finalize them. Some of you will be asking yourself, did I do the right thing before? There's a situation there with somebody that you dealt with, and something went down, and you brought a hammer down. You made a decision. It could have been separation of a relationship or a friendship. You severed something, and you're wondering now, did I do the right thing? Was that the right thing to do? Right now, for a few of you, there's a spiritual connection going on, and you're linking with those in the spirit world, guides and angels, and even for some of you, loved ones. That person from the past, there's somebody out there. You're looking at giving somebody else a second chance. Self-reflection. You're being, like I said, when I pulled it, I knew what it was right off because I could hear it. And it was self-judgment. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm hearing you did something in the past that was completely out of character for you. It never happened before that time. It never happened since that time. As far as you're concerned, it would never happen again. But there was something you made. You made a poor call on, poor judgment. And you know it now. You didn't know it at the time. You thought it was the right thing. And it wasn't. And this is coming into the forefront of your life right now. It's saying, pay attention to me because there's something here. So you may go back and reflect over that. You may go back and try to clean a mess up that you left there. Just don't be too hard on yourself. You're allowed to make mistakes. It's when you make them over and over and over, the same ones over and over, you got a problem. If you make a mistake, you made a mistake. Suck it up. Deal with it. Clean it up. Do the best you can. But don't beat yourself up because you did. You did. So what? You did. Now let it go. There'd be a lot of contemplation within yourself going on as well. Some guilt and second chances. A lot of spirituality right now. It's like you're calling someone from the other side, wishing you could talk to them about the situation. Somebody you need to talk to. So you're reaching out. The fourth card that I pulled for you, your challenge is for mid-January 2017, Gemini. The Eight of Pentacles, it's all about achievement. This is the card of the perfectionist. That's what it indicates right off. Perfectionists, they don't just look at the whole picture, the bigger picture, like on the outside looking in, taking everything as a whole. They go right into, they walk right in, head up, right into it. To find and look at the finer details, to deal with the small details, to make sure that every stone is in its place, and every place has a stone. That's just a metaphor, that everything's in its proper position and place. Gemini as well at this time, for some of you, taking an awful lot of pride in your work, and you have high standards. Headache, frustration, too high, bring it down. That's what I'm hearing. You've gone above and beyond your own abilities. You need to work within your own realm of capabilities is what I'm hearing here. This attitude in the long run, though, is going to pay off for you, okay? But don't bite off more than you can chew is what I'm hearing. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Some of you have been working very, very, very hard to improve your financial situation, and it is going to improve. Success is yours. Some of you may be taking on extra training, upgrading skills, fine-tuning what it is that you do. I'm hearing perfectionist all over again. You don't want anybody out in the field, whatever it is that you, for some of you, that you do for a living, or something that there's something you're very, very good at. You want to be the best of the best. You don't want anybody ahead of you. So you're always looking to further your knowledge. And some of you make a habit of, if a new course comes up, if there's something pertaining to learning more about what it is that you're into, what it is that's important to you, you'll be furthering and taking advantage of that and becoming part of that learning process. The advice of this card is here to tell you, and you need to believe this as well, that you have the ability to earn more when you learn more. You need to learn. Wherever you focus is where your success will be. That's key. Butterflies on that one. Feeling the heat here off of that one. Wherever you focus is where your success is going to stem from. So be careful where you put your attention. Some of the key words for this card are analysis, dedication, detail, work, commitment, money, education, and perfectionism. So you got a few challenges in there. Not a whole lot, but there's a couple of things. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. And yes, it's fine to walk right in, head first, and check out the small details. Don't get swallowed up in that, though. And further your skills and your knowledge in your field of study or practice, whatever it is that you do. The fifth card in the Oceanic Tarot spread, your message from Spirit, Seven of Cups, all about possibility. The cups are all about emotions. Water signs as well. Very representative of water signs. So Spirit says there's many choices available to you right now. You do have a few facts available to go along with what it is that you want or what it is that you're doing right now. Don't fall for fantasy, though. Stay realistic. At this time, this isn't right now. This is probably end of January going into February. You're going to have, your imagination is going to run away with you a little bit, and you're going to have a hard time grasping a sense of what is real and what is imagination. That would be on reading other people. What is real and what is imagination? What is this person really saying to me? Or what is this situation saying to me with these people? Is it my imagination? I can interpret what I'm picking up here one way or the other, but what is fact and what is imagination? Is this just wishful thinking on my part? Is what you're going to be thinking. So don't rush into anything until you've got that straightened out. Just wait and see what manifests. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. If there's no, gun pointed at you for deadlines and this kind of thing, sit back and see what manifests if you're not sure. Reality will manifest itself soon enough, believe you me. If it's the real thing, oh yeah. And it might leave a couple of you scrambling in a panic as well. Fixing something. I see a couple people bending over, picking things up real quick and moving to someplace else and doing something with them. Almost panicked, hurrying, rushing. Got to get this done. Got to get this done. We didn't know this was coming. We got to get this. That's what I'm hearing, and that's actually what I'm seeing. Keywords for this card are fantasy, confusion, choices, dreams, imagination, visions, and passion. A lot of emotionality there. And that's your message from Spirit. Okay, let's go see what kind of trouble we can stir up with our instigator. Now I know, I just laugh. It's Significator from the deck of tarot. Let's see what we got here. Spirit guides, Masters of the Universe, Masters of the Natural World Order. Please bring us one Significator for the overall 5-card Oceanic Tarot spread for the sign of Gemini. For this mid-month general reading, January 2017. One significator. Give us a nice juicy card. Give me something new and fresh. Come on. Give me something with some oomph in a good way. Oh, right there. Cut, they said. Right there. All right, here we go. Two of Wands. Let me get my book. Lovely. The Two of Wands, this card indicates that we are in charge of the way that our life is unfolding. And that is so, so, so true. To a point. Mostly. I'd say we're in charge about 95% of our lives. The rest is happenstance, destiny, kismet, karma, all these good things. The Two of Wands does not rule out the occasional pleasant surprise or obstacle, but it does allow us to fulfill our needs and to chase our destiny. And about the obstacles, I'd not be worried about that, because you know what? I always say it, and I can say it now, because everything's kind of cool right now in the moment. But when you get challenges or obstacles, these are where the greatest lessons in your life come through. The ones you'll never forget. And the ones that, you've probably heard me say it in the past. You're sitting back down the road after the fact and looking back, you'll say, wow, when that challenge came in or that obstacle got thrown in my way, I was so upset. I was so worked up. I was so stressed out. I didn't want to deal with it, and I had to. I was forced to. Really pushed right into something I didn't want to do. After the fact, though, now looking back, I'm so grateful that happened. It was hell at the time, and it was hard, and I hated every minute of it. But boy, oh boy, did I learn some valuable stuff when I got sucked into that situation or that problem or that obstacle, and I had to fix it. I learned that I made a better stuff than I thought I was, because I got through it, and it was me that fixed it. That's what you say. I was the one that dealt with that, and it all worked out. It was hard. But boys, I tell you, there's lessons that you'll learn through things like that you'd never learn in any other way. And they're valuable lessons that'll pay off for you many times over in the bigger picture. You are in charge of the way your life is unfolding. Some things do get taken out of our hands. I do believe that. But for the most part, we are. For the most part. And as the old saying goes, maybe it's not the actions of what's going on around us, but our reaction to what's going on around us, where we learn the most about ourselves. Maybe we're less patient than we thought we were. So impatience comes through real quick. Maybe, maybe we've got a little violence streak in us that we never knew until our buttons were pushed. Maybe we're more kinder than we thought we weren't. We didn't know how far we'd go to help another human being until we were put in that situation. And you find out, that was, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I helped somebody else out and did it for nothing. Just because there was a need and I filled it. These are important things you'll learn about yourself. Because we're more or less in charge of the way our life is unfolding as well, it allows us to fulfill our needs and gives us a head start on, and freedom, open, I'm feeling open road. Chase your destiny. Go forth, young men, type of thing. Don't be afraid. Don't hold back. Chase your destiny. If that's what you believe it to be, create your own destiny maybe. If the universe has something else planned for you, you'll know it. You'll know it, because you won't be able to take and run and move forward with maybe what you think destiny has planned for you. So, anyways, Gemini, that was your reading, mid-January 2017. So I hope you liked it. Like I said, if you want a private reading, please, just send off an email. The description box down below will tell you all the information. that's needed. And you just hit me off an email if you're new to YouTube or the channel. The red subscription button beneath the video window. As I said, you won't be inundated with emails or anything like that from Bay of Funny Fortunes. I'd like to thank you now for all current subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It means the world. It really is appreciated. I check my numbers all the time, and as the numbers climb, I just sit and I go, wow, you know. I got excited when I hit 50 subscribers, and now we're in the thousands. So, and you know what? Every day I see the number, click one, click another, and I get just as excited as the very first subscriber. So that's how much you're appreciated. Also, I'd like to thank those of you that click like on, and those of you that click down. You don't have to like them. And also Google Plusing, and I know some of you share the videos as well. I'm very grateful. Please feel free to leave all your comments, anything you'd like to say beneath the video window as well. I always welcome them, and I do respond to them. You can also find Bay of Funny Fortunes on Twitter and on Facebook as well under Bay of Funny Fortunes. Please join us there as well. It's not overly. You won't get notifications out the yin-yang there either. It's a quiet group. I post every now and again stuff other than videos or yeah, my videos. I post stuff about my backyard, anything that's related to the Bay of Fundy. So I'm going to stop for now. 31 minutes. It's going to take over 3 hours to upload you, but we'll get them out. The best of luck with the rest of January. Come back in 2 weeks. We'll be doing the monthlies for February. Hope to see you back then. Until now, and for now, until then, from my heart to yours, have a good day, have a good month, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.